Ooh.
Hello and welcome to Wednesday Night Onlyfigs. I am your host, Mr. Montoya, and I am joined by the founder of the Necoluminati, the delayer of shipments, the procrastinator of pre-orders, my YouTube wife, Mrs. Modern Toy Fair, Jarmar _games. But that's not all. I'm also joined by the man Modern Toy Fair has full custody over. The man after this prime stopped or popped, but he refuses to stop. The Twilight Knight, the master of Mac, the three-pump chump of taking this show off the rails, Nate. How's everyone doing?
I'm so good. So good. I can't even. Yeah, I'm just really good.
Just good.
Well, that's
I'm
good.
just really good.
I just realized that I'm tired, so that just kicked in. So
I just realized that my voice is still not 100%, and after talking for like 45 minutes for the podcast, it's a little rough.
I thought you were gonna say I just realized that I didn't record that last episode.
Yep, we sat there for 40 minutes and didn't record a thing. It's gonna be a late night, boys. Oh, man. Well,
You two.
shall we get right into it?
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly,
Do we want to
there's-
get right into it?
well, there's nothing going on in the chat yet, so they don't. There's a few people in there, but they just don't like us tonight. So I guess we will just get right into it with the good old game of the numbers.
All right.
I lost my that's over there.
All right.
I'm just gonna start.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but well, you may not have. I don't remember when you guys were born. So in 1994,
Okay.
there was an Iron Man cartoon.
I remember it.
Okay. How many episodes were there?
Oh God.
In between 1 and 100.
An Iron Man cartoon in '94.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna give that a sweet. Oh, why did I decide to write this number next to another red number that I already wrote before? That was dumb.
Poor life choices.
6, 7. There we go.
I tried to get clever and draw mine inside of an arc reactor, but now it just looks like a bobbit. Or as Simon Says, with that old, the like circle with the little buttons you press on.
Yeah, the red. No, those ones just beeps.
Yeah, it's like beep,
Simon.
beep, boop, boop, and you match it.
Yeah, that was
Boogeyman's
not
in the
great.
chat. How's it going, man?
Boogeyman.
All right, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready
I'm
as
ready.
I'll ever be.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I put 25.
Would you put Michael?
63. Come on. Hate this game.
For a second, I was like, "Oh yeah, it probably was like 3 seasons." No, I was like,
The only reason I thought it was longer is because I'm pretty sure they bring him in to other people's shows, which were later in the 90s. So I'm like, it had to have been longer at that point because it had been running for a couple of years.
makes sense.
It does say that it lasted until 1996. So that's the weird part. So, but it only ran for 26 episodes.
So here's the
But
thing:
yeah,
are they
so
including, like, if it lasted that long? Are they including when he like was in other cartoons of like the character itself lasted till 96?
Well, no, because they wouldn't credit the show for
Nah.
that. They'd credit the actor, the voice actor.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it would credit it goes to the air dates. But yeah, it looks like season 1 aired from like towards the end of 94 into 95. And the same for season 2 was the end of 95 into 96. So
That's fair. I
But
guess
yeah,
it's not really that crazy. No, you think
13
about it, like, just-
episode seasons. Two
Yeah.
13 episode seasons, yeah.
Over the course of 4
So, but
years.
so yeah.
I
This is
just
wild.
assumed that like there's no way in hell there was more than like 35 to 40.
I figured I'm like,
Like,
okay, it's got to be
I'm
like
thinking
3 seasons
10
long at least. Which at that point,
There's no-
like 20 episodes per season-ish. Like,
I just
stupid.
I don't know. I mean, Iron Man's cool, but like
Yeah, but that one
Iron
had
Man
like the
cartoon.
dope intro where he's
Hey.
like smashing it with a hammer and.
Wait, is that the one
to
that
be
was?
to be honest, Jamar, though, Iron Man wasn't cool in
Oh
1994.
yeah,
That's what I was saying. That's
Iron
what I
Man
meant.
wasn't
Like,
cool until MCU, really.
2002.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm like, I remember Iron Man and thinking like, yeah,
Like you could even
okay.
like vaguely say, okay, he was kind of cool during the Civil War comics because they chose him as like the head of one side and
But
kept
yeah, we're
America
That was
together.
talking
still like
cartoons,
after the
bro.
movie, though.
No,
We're
the
talking
Civil War comics
cartoons.
came out before the movie.
We're talking cartoons. We're talking cartoons, not comics. When you had
The
X
Civil War
Men,
comics came out when I
Batman,
was in like middle school. Iron
but
Man
we're
1 did come
talking
out till I was high school.
cartoons. Cartoons.
Yes, we hear you.
But yeah, speaking of cartoons, I've been on my quest to fulfill my Across the Spider-Verse line. So as you can imagine, it's basically all that. So initially it went with can I find Miguel? Can I find Spider-Man 2099? I guess this can be spoilers for the movie because they're already on shelves and they're on clearance. That's why I'm buying them. So I have Miguel, no surprise. Nate, I went to the Fairline Target. I thought, well, surely I could just go to any of these Targets. And we were out in the Cleveland area, went to different ones, couldn't find literally dog shit for them. And then so I was like, all right, I'm on my way back home from Cleveland. I'm going to stop at Fairline. I stop at Fairline. I'm walking around looking crazy. I'm like, I can't fucking find it. It was literally just sitting on a shelf with something else on top of it. It's like, oh my God, thank God. So I got that. That one was the 1250. And then where was I at when I bought these? I don't even remember the Target at this point now because it's been so many. But funny story. I got Spot. The funny thing with this is I was just like, shit, it's there. I'm buying it because it'll eventually be on clearance. And then I can just like, do some weird shit and return it or rebuy it or whatever. But I was just hoping that would happen. So we go to another random Target. They had it there for clearance. So I already had this one at home. So I just bought that one and then just returned and rebought it and, got my back for that one. So that was cool. And then Jessica Drew, there's only one. And I was like, I don't know. Is people really buying this character?
No, because in Belton there's a entire rack full over like 6 of them.
Okay. I just figure I'm just gonna get it now, and then when it goes in clearance, inevitably, I won't have to be like, oh shit, I missed out. I should have bought it.
Yeah.
Or I see it on clearance, like cool, got it there. So as long as it goes on clearance within, I think it's 90 days, I'm good. Pretty good.
Do you use your red card?
Yes.
You got 120 days.
Oh, 120 days. Oh shit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be for full disclosure, my wife's just, she's the Target master, so she's like, just buy it now. We'll figure it out later. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with that. So yeah, that was basically my weekly purchases, is all these cool things. I have another weekly purchase, but I kind of feel dirty telling you the truth about it. I mean, if this is a safe space, I'll tell you the truth.
I mean, it's safe adjacent, but I want to hear anyway.
Okay, so a few weeks back, I showed off a weekly purchase that I bought, supported local. I bought it from Classic Plastics. It was the Casey Jones Phantom of the Opera, right? That I think it was that night actually.
You didn't.
I was pulling things out, and you know how they always warn you with NECA and like, yeah, you gotta make sure
that's not what I thought.
You heat those joints up because sometimes they're a little stiff. Well, sure enough, I was bending one of the arms back, snapped right below the joint. So I was like, no problem. I'll just see if they'll like return it or something or exchange it. I text my wife like, hey, you got that receipt? Because she had went and picked it up after work, and she's like, why? I was like, oh, it was just an issue with the figure. She's like, oh, well, I didn't get a receipt. I was like, oh no. So I was on a quest to just pick it up from there again. It's been I think it's been a month now or so, maybe a little bit longer than that.
2 or 3 weeks.
They haven't gotten it back in stock at all. Like zero. They had none. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. Finally was at the Target, the one out in Streetsboro, found it. So I bought that. And then I've had the other one just in her car with the broken arm. I returned it. Is that bad?
To Target?
To Target.
Nah, fuck that.
No.
Okay.
Also, they can send it back or whatever they do with it. I'd rather you do that than try to do that at the local shop because I don't know how that works for them as far as returns go.
They can try to
Yeah.
return it, but it really just depends on how long it's been since the figure released.
Yeah,
Right.
my
I
thing
just
was
feel
I
like
wasn't gonna.
Target's not gonna have an issue.
Target's is probably gonna
Like,
throw it in a fucking pile and at the
It'll
end of the
be
month,
gone
fucking
anyways.
like
Write it
write
all
it
off
off.
or throw it in a dumpster.
Yeah.
Or it ends up at like the Goodwill for like
throw it in the compactor.
$20. Yeah, $10. But yeah, I was the idea is I even reached out. It's kind of bummed me out. I'm not, calling out any local businesses or anything like that. But they're pretty active on their Instagram. That's like kind of how they notify you when there's new things. So I thought surely I just send out like a long message and see like a direct message. Maybe they'll get back to me or something like that, and we could try and figure something out. Crickets, never received anything back or anything, so it's kind of a little upsetting. But I'll still
I got a response
still
on
shop there.
Facebook when I talked to them.
Yeah.
But I will say, even then, the person you talked to on their social media is the owner who's in a different state.
Yeah, but I mean, that's even to me more upsetting.
But here's
like,
what I think would probably would have happened is he'd be like, well, you can reach out to the local shop and see what they can do. I don't think he would. He like his all I wanted to see if they if they were like buying stuff or anything like that, or if I need to make an appointment or anything. And he essentially was like, "Oh, you have to call the store and find out." I'm like,
this is a funny follow up to that. Call the store. Good luck.
No
he
answer.
Just constantly says it's like either busy or never answer. Like no one ever answers. I was like,
that's
that's
unfortunate.
a little weird. That's very, very unfortunate. But I mean, sometimes you gotta get through some of that stuff when you're supporting local. Is what I'm gonna say. I don't know, but anyways, Target got my. I don't feel bad. We spend more than enough money at Target.
I never feel bad. Like with Target, fun fact, I did something similar with Target recently. I did the buy 3 get 1 free with GameStop to get some of the Guardians figures for my girlfriend because she wants the Cosmo Build a figure. I had a GameStop gift card, and I couldn't find anything I wanted for it, so we used that. It cost us like $25 total for 4 figures. It arrives, and my idiot ass forgot that Star-Lord didn't come with a Build a figure. So I took it to Target and said, "Hey, girlfriend got this for me. I already have it. Can I switch out for another one?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." They gave me a little Target return card. I went back, grabbed Adam Warlock, and called it a day.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't opened or anything. Like, I realized it before we opened it. So like
didn't anything.
Yeah. So like it's Target. They'll Target.
I mean,
toys for Target is a fraction of their yearly profits.
Yeah, we yeah. What you did is a little bit worse than mine because of how you received the GameStop credit, but it's all good.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's what happens when people who work there who also were in the process of quitting anyway.
Yeah. But you can go ahead now since you lost to me for it's got to be
listen,
7 weeks.
That's the thing I want to address real quick. So the comments have been going off here. So we've got Fig Fan Samurai saying what's up, and then we've got Boogeyman saying holy crap, he guessed right. He's seen too many cartoons. Then Eric pops in, hey everyone, also you're terrible at this game, Michael. And then Fig Fan pops back in, Michael being bad at this game is what always makes it so much fun. Ha ha ha. I want to point out that was conveniently forgetting that for 2 months straight I whooped your ass. And now that you suddenly have a month and a half long streak, I'm bad at this game.
It's all about what's happening now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look,
who's in the NBA Finals right now?
You got Denver and you got Miami.
How good were they last year?
Yeah. I mean, Jokic.
It doesn't matter.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Also, that's even better. Miami's in the NBA Finals, and they were barely in the playoffs this year, so it didn't matter what they did regular season. They're in the NBA Finals, so I'll take my gold
I don't
trophy.
like this false narrative that you're creating.
I mean, you just have been very bad.
I have had a string of bad luck.
Just not even close, though.
But I just want to point out that it's not like I'm bad at this game, because I have won a lot in the past.
Well, so just to clarify, since we're already here, we're discussing it. If I recall, and my memory is not the greatest, but when you were beating me, it was more of me beating myself, of being oh, why did I guess that? Or like, just
There's been a
silly
handful of
things like
times
that.
that I've done that to myself too, where I didn't go with my instinct.
But you're like so far off. Like just the last one, for example, not to mention I was only one away, but you were at 63. It was 26. I could have guessed almost anything and I would have probably got it. If I guessed one, I still would have almost beat you.
Yeah, but
right?
if you would have guessed 64, you wouldn't have. So by saying you could have guessed anything means nothing.
Almost anything. But I could have said there was only one episode and I would have almost beat you.
Anyway, back to the comments. Boogeyman, didn't they pair the Iron Man cartoon with the 90s Fantastic Four? I think so, yeah.
Yes.
And then
because it was doing so well.
Fig Fan Samurai, I remember as a kid seeing Iron Man and make cocktails and hit women in the comics. So that
ironically enough, that's why Robert Downey Jr. was sure.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, ironically enough, that's Kang's job now.
I mean, it was pretty funny at the time though, because when Robert Downey Jr. got cast, because a lot of us were like, the Demon in a Bottle is like a famous storyline, and we're like, okay, then that guy.
Yeah. Talk about being typecast, like damn.
Yeah.
Also,
I just remember like, is that guy still alive? Because he had like gotten kicked off of Ally McBeal like a couple years prior to whatever, and I was just like, let's not forget that like this guy got kicked off a TV show. Like we're gonna put him in charge of a multi-million-dollar superhero movie. And it shows you what I know.
Yeah, and now he's one of the highest paying actors in that franchise,
which is maybe one of the best comeback stories of all time. Yeah. Honestly, because
I think it had a little bit to do with Tropic Thunder, if I'm being honest.
No, I think that. Well, okay, let's rewind. Michael was correct.
I know. I was just about to say that.
From 2006 to 2007, so he's right there. But Iron Man's always been a chode in the comics. But Tropic Thunder was later the same year, I believe.
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Or the following year. I can't remember. Yeah, because it was like
some people say that was his biggest role,
and then like a ton of stuff.
Yeah, like that really like jump started his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had Sherlock Holmes as well.
Same year.
Really good, actually.
All right.
Well, I'll take back really. They were good. I'll say that.
So last week I mentioned it, and I just mentioned it in my story, but I forgot to show off. I got Rocket. That's the one of the legends that I was keeping for myself, just because I saw someone pop the head off and get like the comic book head from the old one, and it looked really good because this one has like a lot better articulation, and I'm like, I kind of want to do that. And that old one's like $5 on eBay, so I'm just like waiting. From there, I got a couple other things. First off, I once again gave in to the Funko Devil, but this is once again only because there's not enough representation of this character, and it is my favorite anime character of all time. So I've got my little Funko Pop Vash the Stampede. I still need to get the GameStop one where he's eating donuts. So I've got that.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, that's literally the same thing my girlfriend said, because she also hates Funko Pops, and I told her about it, and she's like, I think I have to break up with you. I'm like, but it's Vash. I finally got in my Muffex Magneto.
Oh,
super excited about that. He turned out really cool. I also like that they're changing up their effects, because used to this would have been like a separate hand, but now it just kind of has a little imprint and you put it on the fist. So it's kind of neat to see them figure out new ways to do the effects. And then the last thing, which I haven't had a chance to open yet because I've had a very busy night. Friend of the show, the BFC, Craig, he was kind enough to, well, he actually had already picked up two, and he had posted a picture on Facebook of this. They saw it at the store at Myers, and I was like, shit, was there three of them? Like all three in that row? Are those all that, or are they three different figures? And he messaged me, and he's like, well, I grabbed two knowing that someone would want it. And you happen to be like, no one's reached out to me yet. So like, if you want it, pick a day, we'll meet, and it's all yours. So, and Wes apparently told me it was at Meyer previously to this, but I don't, sick brain, I don't this, I think I coughed through the conversation and just kind of nodded and said, "Yeah, that's great," because I was very tired. But it is the NECA Mirage Battle Damaged Shredder, so I'm pretty excited. I love me some battle damage, and I also love me some Shredder. So I may or may not open that while Nate does things and get yelled at for not paying attention to him.
All
Look
I'm
at
gonna
me.
say, all I'm gonna say is, just let me know before you sell it.
I mean, that's a good point, to be honest, because I'm like, what? Do you have any turtles right now?
I do not have a complete team, no.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Well,
Just
hear
throw
me
it
out.
out
Hear
there.
me out here. So I got
Well,
rid.
fuck you, Nate.
I got the Mirage ones. I got rid of my old Mirage ones because when they announced they were reviving the line, I was like, well, they're gonna either re-release them or they're gonna have better ones. So I want to get rid of these ones while they're still worth money.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I mean, I'd already gotten rid of my Super 7 ones. I'd already decided I didn't want to do the movie stuff. I'd already decided I didn't want to do the cartoon stuff anywhere more. So all of those were completely gone. So I still have some Mirage figures. I just don't have my Mirage turtles until they arrive.
That's fair.
Hey, at least it was like the Mirage turtles, there was logic behind it rather than me just being like, fuck this and being done with it. Fuck you, Nate.
Sure. I guess it depends on what it, what it funded, at that point in time. 'Cause you could just kept them and just have both. I mean, there's no crime against that.
But I didn't really like. I liked the old ones, but I never really like the new ones. The Lawson ones are kind of like how I depict the like comic turtles in that like Eastman art where they've got the more like boxier face versus like the more turtle-like structure. So
yeah.
if I was gonna have a team, I'd rather have the team of those than the OG ones.
That's fair.
Not that they weren't cool. I just don't have a need for two.
True.
Your
I
turn,
have
Nate.
two things for you, but go ahead.
Oh, that was it? Okay.
I was like, what happened? That makes sense.
I muted myself to cough. Sorry, I was trying
No,
to
that
be an
makes
asshole.
So, I didn't have the best week when it came to mail. It starts out okay.
Oh.
So, I did a not even a pre-order. I did an order on Pulse, because they got them in stock. But I got the reissue of Star Killer for Star Wars Vintage Collection. So this is VC 100. This is one I needed because it was going for over $100 on the secondary market for the original. It's a reissue with a better face, and so I did it. The only bad thing is like the card is slightly curved. It's not bent. There's no crease, and once it goes into one of these cases,
It'll flatten.
It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine.
I just want the record to show that Linda and myself did when they came back in. We let you know. You just happened to order them the night before.
Yeah, they popped up on Pulse, and I ordered them, and I ordered them for Chucky as well. So, and maybe that's why they were a little warped because they came wrapped in that new paper cardboard squiggly squishy thing. So my extra phase 2 clone trooper came in kind of squished, but that's okay because he's gonna get opened. So one came good, and that's Chuck's because I already have one, and one came all screwed up, and so he'll get opened. So no real big deal there. However, I did also order the Amazon exclusive retro Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade Indiana Jones. It arrived in a paper bag.
Oh no. Wait, why would were these all separate orders, I'm assuming?
Well, yeah, that one
was
Amazon.
This came from this.
Oh, you
this
said
one came
Amazon.
from
Never
Amazon.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
God,
so
pay attention.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't,
I was already on the fence about maybe I was like, well, maybe I'll just keep the indies and like.
Yeah, I remember you telling me like don't bother like letting you know because you were gonna be real passive about it.
And then I went to go cancel this, and it literally was like arriving tomorrow. And I was like, all right. And then it shows up like this, and I was like, just sticking it to me,
Yeah.
So whatever, it is what it is. So then I really only got a couple other things. Just like Jarmar, I actually started this. I also got $20.99. I found them for $12.49, and then I did pick up Miles tonight for 17. So this was at
Wow.
Belden. So it was
Oh.
funny. Yeah, there's a bunch of them there still. If I don't know what your
Oh
Miles,
yeah,
I know you
they
got
have an
Miles or you
entire
had Miles.
like
Yeah, that's why I thought they
yeah.
had miles, but I'm thinking a buy, purchase, and return situation.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Because
because
I
I think he did
have,
pay full. Because I had done that with
yeah,
him. I had bought him before, and I was like, you know what, 21 or 4.99. I don't need him right now. So I actually took him back, and then a couple weeks, like maybe like 2 weeks later, I found him for 12.49, and I was like, all right, it's meant to be.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because the Target that I was at tonight, all of them were marked down except for Jessica Drew, who's on a
Which is
whole
so
peg of her herself.
weird.
It is weird because that's not,
It's weird on which ones are getting marked down. It makes no
It's
sense.
just woke Target, man. They don't want to mark down the pregnant black lady.
I guess.
That's
I
fair.
guess.
Or just mark down the one that you have 1,000 of.
Yeah.
Which is why Miles is marked down.
Yeah, that's true. But he comes, I think, 2 per case. So that's,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I
totally...
think Target got full on 6 like cases of
Oh,
6 of each
okay.
figure. I don't think they did the. Yeah, I think
What?
they didn't get the assortments. They got the full on.
That would explain it.
So I did pick up something at Target though the other day,
Oh.
and I did pay full price for it because, yeah, I wanted to support this one because I actually thought this was a good idea.
Oh, now I know.
Yeah, so I want to support it. I think it's great. I will buy extras if they go on clearance, but I picked up one of the Tracksuit Mafia. So this is the one that I mentioned. Well, I will be mentioning next week. This was originally $27.99 when originally solicited, but as when it came down, it was now at $24.99, which is the price that it should be, because that's what exclusives always were. So I can't get too mad about that. However, I love the idea of a random thug. I haven't watched Hawkeye, so I don't really know their whole purpose. I just like the idea of having.
They're entertaining as hell.
They're kind of, yeah.
Okay. So in execution, I really like a lot of it. So here's this guy. I got his what I assume is Connor as a face. It just looks like his name's Connor. But he's got his golf club here. Now he comes with a lot. So this is just right out of the box. So he comes with this guy's face, who looks like Jon Snow. But it's not. And then this face, which I love, because this can definitely be used for all kinds of cool stuff. And Michael, all of this is geared towards you specifically, because I think this is for you. Then he comes with a crowbar, a machete, baseball bat, and the best Molotov cocktail. Now, here's the one thing I don't like about the set. This is the only thing I don't like about the set, and it is fixable, but it's annoying. He doesn't come with any extra hands, and his left hand can't hold dick, and it's way too big.
The way he's got it there, he can hold a dick.
He can't hold his dick. It's way too big of a grip. Way too big. Look at this. Because look, he can't even hold the bottle. It's too big of a grip. Like, come on, dude. So, I mean, I've already taken the hand out. Like, I can easily just grab another hand. But to come with all these accessories, all the accessories, not a single one of these awesome, cool accessories can fit in this hand. So he can only hold one thing.
I mean, no one's out there dual wielding a machete with a golf club, Nate.
But he could be holding a golf club and the Molotov. And that would be kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah. So, and if I'm doing it wrong and he's supposed to be able to hold it with this hand, somebody can correct me. But it doesn't seem to work that way.
It's not easy. I've forced some things like that before, but it's not super easy to do. It's a pain.
Be careful forcing things into people's hands. I'm just saying.
Or
I don't want to end up like Ric Flair.
Yeah, let's
I
just
don't know what that means, but
Woo!
right. The funny thing though, Nate, as I saw that initially, I thought I was just looking through Marvel Legends and I saw Hawkeye. I was like, "What? Why did they just release something new for Hawkeye?" This show is like, we've seen the run and everything, and I saw this, so I'm like, I wonder if this is something Nate's gonna get. I don't know why. I didn't know that you haven't watched like on
Yeah,
that
no,
all day.
I have always said though that we should have random thugs
Yeah.
as action figures because I mean this is good for Batman, this is good for Ninja Turtles. Again, this is why I'm talking to you, Michael. Just the idea of this dude, let alone the cool stuff that he comes with. So even if you don't get it full price, if and when they go on clearance,
I don't think they're going on
I
clearance
would.
because Belden's already
They
out.
may not because of the fact that they're super army buildable, and they may have decreased their production run.
Yeah.
Because, excuse me, I was drinking some seltzer water. Not to alarm anybody, and I could be totally mistaken tomorrow, but that original vintage color Boba Fett that I had a couple weeks ago, that came and went, and they have not been restocked. When we used to have pegs and pegs and pegs of Boba Fett exclusives, I'm starting to wonder if we're starting to now see
The pendulum go the
that.
other way.
Yeah. So I would do what Jamar's doing, and also what I'm doing, kind of in the back of my head too, is grabbing this stuff now that I'm not seeing it go on clearance. I'm grabbing it now in the hopes that it may.
Yeah.
But then if it doesn't, I lost it retail. Like.
Yeah. I saw one tonight when I met up with Craig to get Shredder. We went and walked around for a few minutes, and there was only one on the shelf. Had there been multiple, I probably would have done it so I could have a couple thugs. But there was one left, and when I pulled it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't think I'd actually see this in store, and I was looking at it. I could tell he wanted it. So I was like, I don't fucking need it. So I put it back on the peg, and he's like, I think I'm gonna grab that. And I'm like, yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
So like it's cool, but like I've got my bag head covered thug that I use. Plus I've got my Mafex one that you hate because I bastardized a Terminator for it.
So weird. Anyway, but if they do go on clearance though, I would definitely grab one.
I would buy. Yeah, I'd buy 3 instantly at that point. If
I would have also maybe even checked, eBay for the accessories because somebody's probably buying a bunch of them and probably offloading as many of them. Yeah, but yeah, it's just kind of cool because I do like the whole tracksuit idea just because it is so generic. And then even like, if people wanted to, like, you could buy these and like even put like Power Ranger heads on them and stuff like that for even more people.
Yeah.
Because it's not like those necessarily, especially like the later seasons. It's not like they were real like popular actors or anything like that. Like they're super well known.
You could even do like some of the Eternals characters' heads because they're just normal people.
Yeah, and they definitely don't look like who they're supposed to. If
exactly,
maybe they're of a different,
they do look
ethnic look or something.
Extremely regular.
Yeah,
yeah,
they look like just normal gents and ladies.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, let's get back to the chat here. Where did I leave off? Cocktails and beating women. Fig Fan Samurai, y'all got me to buy Mafex Nightwing opening right now. Oh, that figure's incredible, man. Hopefully you enjoy it.
It's so incredible.
Yeah. It's funny they says y'all, but really it was me. Like they have nothing to do with the reviews or the Let's Poses. It's 100% just me.
Well, I mean, we give you inspiration at some points.
I also give direction, art direction. I've written some scripts.
We don't get credited for it though, Nate.
Did you put those in a different drive? Because they certainly aren't in the Modern Toy Fair drive.
If you don't use it, that's not on me.
I wrote the intro to next week's show. I mean,
technically you did, but that's for the podcast, not for the.
But I wouldn't go around poking holes and questioning what people's responsibilities here are and what isn't. Is just all I'm saying.
Speaking the truth, sir.
Let's see. We've got Trippin' Ninja saying LOL. Not sure what that was to, unfortunately, because that was a while ago.
All of it.
Oof. That's why you always gotta order at least 6 carded figures from Amazon. Maybe 2 will be good condition.
Yeah.
Fan Samurai.
I definitely had this is the worst though. Like,
I mean, that's almost every time I get something from Amazon, it shows up like that.
Yeah.
Figure-wise. Like,
it's just. And yeah, because normally I guess maybe I don't care, but something like this. Now I will say, look at the silver lining here. The card is better than the original ones that were out, and the bubble is firmly attached.
Fair.
Even though it's been decimated, it's much better than the Target exclusive ones. So I mean that he's been just crushed, and it's not coming off. So silver lining.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Let's
Or is
see. Hate when they ship one separate from the rest. Low-key think that why they don't mark down Lando ever.
I will.
That's
I
a good
can
point.
shed a little bit of light on that, is because that is the assortment. Like it's not a specific SKU like exclusives are. Exclusives come in as a specific SKU, whereas in those come under an assortment SKU, and it's the same assortment SKU that they always use. So certain
So
toy
they can't
lines
mark
use the
it
same
down.
ones.
Yeah, wrestling used to
Yeah.
be real bad about that too. That's why like a lot of stores wouldn't get new wrestling figures because if they didn't sell, they wouldn't order new ones because they were
Right.
registered in the same SKU.
That makes sense. Because Lando be there all the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
yes.
and it's
It's
like
crazy.
it's harsh. Like it's because like it's just so like they put, especially like the Bespin Lando, they put 3 in a case.
Mhm.
No figure gets 3. Like Luke Skywalker doesn't have 3 to a case,
Yeah.
and they definitely kind of overthought, Lando a little bit. It's a great figure though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
is
looks
really
great.
Look,
solid.
Like they
Here's the
nailed
thing.
his likeness, everything.
I debated every time
Yeah,
I see it because I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I do have young Lando, so might as well have,
Yeah.
why not
Yeah.
have these
Especially because
two,
then isn't young
amazing-
Lando 3 3/4?
Yeah.
So that'd be even
And
funnier because
that's what we're.
then it's like he has a little kid version of himself.
Oh wait, no, I was talking about. Wait, are we not talking about the 3 3/4 one? Because
No,
that's
we're
the one
talking.
I
We're
see all
talking about the
time.
6-inch.
Like the full
Oh,
Black Series one.
I was talking about the 3 3/4 inch.
I thought it was 6-inch. So you
Oh,
always see
yeah.
that.
I mean, you see both.
Return of the
to be
Jedi.
honest.
You do
Lando.
see both,
And now you see the retro Return of the Jedi Lando.
Yeah,
So you do
yeah.
see
That
all
one
3.
didn't make sense either because that one was just released in the last archive wave.
I know.
Which
Like at the
which
store,
time
we
was
have both next to each other. It cracks me up.
Well, at the time of the archive wave, you could get the red boxed one on Amazon for $19.99. Like he wasn't hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was like, what?
that's funny.
Yeah, I know what they were thinking there.
Not.
Let's see. Payne's toy samples. Evening, gents. How's it going, man? And then he's got his Mezco Destro coming on Monday.
Nice.
Oh,
Or no, you got yours on Monday. You'll be opening on Saturday. Okay, that's my bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm already bad at reading, and I'm still a little sick, so it doesn't go well.
you ride that for a while.
I will ride that until the wheels fall off. Also, I'm a little disappointed. Shredder's like extra claw thing is just like a trophy for the turtles. I thought it was like swappable and it was like more beat up, but it's not. Still cool though,
Interesting.
but I'm a little sad. Real quick, I do want to officially announce that tpublic.com/Modern Toy Fair, you can get a shirt that was inspired by our chat and our live stream. For the next 48-ish hours, it is discounted because that's how TeePublic does it with new designs. So if you go to tpublic.com/Modern Toy Fair, you can get your I'm Unpunched t-shirt. You can get it hoodies, stickers, notebooks, mugs, phone cases, all that stuff. I am currently wearing one, as you can see. It's got the little unpunched thing and it says I'm Unpunched. So link is in the description of the video for the store. I am posting in the chat the link for the actual shirt as well. Like I said, right now it is $16 for a t-shirt until Friday night, and then it'll go back up to its normal price, which I think is $24. So if you want to get it at a discount, now it's time to do it. It comes up to about roughly 27% off or so. I think I did the math. So again, tpublic.com/Modern Toy Fair. We did make the shirt as promised, so do not make me regret it.
I will
say
are in the mail. Is that what it is?
yours are on the website with everyone else's, bud.
Oh, intellectual property.
The only reason I got this was because I wanted to make sure the transparency, like for the punch, turned out okay before I put it on the store, because I didn't want it to like show up at people's houses and it looked like shit. So I
you can't say the only reason you bought it.
Well, no, I didn't buy it. I got a sample, is what I'm saying. I got them to send me a
okay.
sample of it, and that because I've never done that for like one of my shirts before. So I was like, "Hey, is this possible?" And they're like, "Well, if you meet this threshold," I'm like, "Oh, I'm well past that threshold." And they're like, "Okay, what you want?" And I had them send it because I just wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
because I didn't want it to be like that.
That makes sense.
Because listen, I am very proud of the fact that the shirt that you guys insisted me on making, and by you guys I mean you two, of the Show Me Your Nip shirt, it did as well as it did. Like it's still up there.
Oh, I thought you were about to make a joke.
No, it's we've sold probably between stickers and shirts, I want to say around 25, 30 of them.
That's
Wow.
impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a good joke.
So
Oh yeah,
good.
it's probably one of the best ones we've done, 100%. It just shocks me because I figured, because I even made that joke about like, well, like I'm not gonna do this again if we don't sell at least 10, and then we've sold more than that. Plus we've sold stickers and other stuff, so I'm just glad it did well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Unpunched. It went through a few different phases that we tested out and before we decided on the final version. But yeah, it used to have the Virginity Rocks logo too, but we felt it was a little too much.
Yeah, I feel like it's implied. You're wearing
you're
a toy
Unpunched.
shirt,
Yeah,
and you're saying I'm unpunched. I don't think there's
at that point
much more.
Everyone thinks you're not getting laid anyway, so you don't need to be too literal with it.
I'm
Chances
married
are-
with a kid, and people still don't believe me. So
They're like, "Wait, he's yours? Are you sure?"
But you have a basement full of turtle toys.
They're like, "But you're in the toy aisle by yourself."
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, man.
Maybe I'll get it since it's on sale.
Yeah, man, $16 ain't bad.
Let me see what I got in my PayPal account.
I said you got paid recently, so
Can I use Cash App on there?
Oh, that's another. Oh,
I
actually.
don't think so.
Oh yeah, just put in your card virtually.
Yeah, well, I just was curious because I got $40 rattling around in there and I don't know how to get it out.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's it. Yeah, that's like wait, what?
I feel
that cracks me up because you were like, you can use Cash App if you want.
I was like, perfect. I have, but it's
the funny. I feel like that scene in Zoolander when him and Hans are
in
trying
the
to get in the computer.
and
Yeah.
he shot
I'm like,
it.
this is my $40.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
I was at a record show a couple weeks ago, and like some table had like we take Cash App, and I was like feverishly looking for something.
Please have something.
I didn't. I was pissed.
But like when you open the app, don't you have like the virtual card number? Like just open it up and just show us all the card number.
Add something to it, and I just haven't done it, so it's fine. But now I have like an emergency $40 that if I ever need to, I have it.
I was gonna say not an emergency because you won't be able to access it.
Yeah, you better not be an emergency or you're fucked.
Yeah. But
They're
yeah,
like,
but if
I'm gonna
somebody's
kill
like,
you
hey,
or
man,
give you $100.
hey, does anybody able to Cash App somebody? I'll give you cash right now. And I'll be like, I can do it.
That's true. I really need Cash App right now.
I don't have one myself, but can someone help me out?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So it looks like they take Google Pay.
Oh, he really looked.
Or-
Well, they're not
PayPal.
going to take Cash App specifically
I don't know.
because you would just use the card number. Because Cash App is like a bank.
I don't use Cash App. It seems sketchy to me.
Yeah.
I feel like Cash App's for
Venmo's
like
the one that's
Venmo is the worst.
Venmo's for like
Yeah.
the people who are laundering like big money. For me, Cash
Well,
App just
here's
seems
the
like
thing.
that's like your weed dealer.
well,
The problem with
that's what Venmo is for. I found out. Like
Oh.
Venmo is the drug dealer app of choice.
Oh, I thought Venmo was the one that people were paying people for sex with.
Oh, you can do
Well,
that
I mean,
too.
I guess I'm sure that's probably
like,
on the list.
If that's going to be my recommendation for the week because I don't have a podcast. But if you haven't checked out the new
Paying
John
for sex?
Mulaney- yeah, well, you can pay for sex. That's not my recommendation, but you do you. But the new John Mulaney comedy special, Baby J, that's on Netflix, is definitely worth checking out. He does talk about his issues and addictions, and he does talk about how Venmo was a drug dealer app, and he didn't understand why regular people were on it. He's like, "This is how I pay my coke dealer."
Huh.
So
I'll have to check it out. 'cause
Fun
I've already
fact,
wanted to
though,
watch
if
it,
you-
but
if you have a Venmo and you are going to use it for drugs, you should probably turn off or change your privacy settings
yes,
because it will just tell everybody what you're buying and who you're sending money to.
yeah, because I thought
So
that was like a whole thing where people were
it's
like,
a social network as well.
yeah,
as
people
a-
were like, oh, you can tell
Yeah.
who's sleeping with who or something like that, like at like a work function or something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really understand the whole purpose of sending, like, publicly telling people what you're spending your
Makes
money on.
Yeah, no,
zero
thank you.
sense. Zero.
Yeah.
I can see why they do it, because obviously if drug dealers are choosing their app, they were like, hey, maybe we should broadcast this that way they can get
That
caught.
could be.
Like, this
Or
isn't a
just,
great
like,
PR thing for us.
But you think that? I mean, you think that would be a pretty decent? I mean, they're because they take a percentage, right?
Yeah.
in
Oh
theory,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
For
you like,
sure.
who gives a shit what they're using it for? Like,
Yeah, but like if the police get involved, they're gonna take that money back, so they're probably gonna lose their percentage.
police
But
ain't
the
getting
police
involved
wouldn't
in
get
weed,
involved
man.
You'd be
if they
surprised,
weren't
man.
if they weren't publicizing what people were buying. So they could they're messing up their own spot. I'm just saying. Devil's advocate is all I'm saying.
Real quick.
Also,
We're
I
also
need-
two people who don't. I mean, we're also three people who don't use this
I
for
like
the illicit purposes.
Yeah.
So that we
I
have
specifically
decided.
don't use it because of the sharing. That was the first thing when I was looking for, not for purchasing drugs, but I was looking for like a money sending thing. And I heard that you do that, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. That's just, you know.
Yeah, seems sketchy. Real quick, let's go chat. Ted Dark Claws here. How's it going, man? Let's see. Cash App is
What up,
way
what up?
too sketchy. That's Fig Fan agreeing with me. Only the sketchiest clients pay with Cash App. It's so funny. Boogeyman Venmo asked me to check my account for suspicious activity and connect my bank account after I'd only opened it the day before and had no transactions. Oh, that's interesting. Ted Darkclaw on today's Modern Toy Fair, best ways to pay your weed man. Fig Fan, guys, drug dealers
Cash.
openly advertise on Instagram these days. That's
That
fair.
is true, too. That is true.
Best place to buy direct from growers and avoid the middleman.
That is true, too,
Also
because
true.
isn't it a whole thing of like it being federally illegal and then like they can't store their money in certain accounts and shit like
Well,
that?
it's state legal, not federal.
Or state legal,
So,
yeah. It
It's
not
still
being
federally
federal legal.
Mhm.
So then, like, yeah, they're like, well, you can't put your money here, and it's like, well, that makes no sense. But you know, we live in this country, so
yeah.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out
Oh.
the John Mulaney comedy special. It's really good.
Yeah, back to that.
Yes, and the T Public I'm Unpunched shirt.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
just-
That's
Let's
true.
start the whole thing. Yeah.
That's like, yeah, that's assumed.
Yeah.
You've already bought your shirt. You're like, well, I've already spent all my money. What do I do now?
I have Netflix.
You break
Yeah.
out your Venmo and you go to your dealer.
My poor parents this week. I had to take them off my Netflix. It was like,
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
like
right.
you know when you get taken off, your parents' insurance. It's kind of payback for that.
It's like
My mom
yeah.
called and she's like, "Well, I'm getting this weird message on my Netflix," and I was like, "That means you got to pay for it now." I'm sorry. Like,
I didn't want to have this. I wanted to have this conversation
Yeah.
with you in person.
but unfortunately, I just
sorry.
don't love you anymore, so you're not getting Netflix. You're gonna have to watch cable like it's 1992.
like a heathen. Yeah.
The ironic thing of this is I use my mom's Spectrum login for everything.
And now you're like, you can't use my Netflix.
I don't know who has access to my Netflix. All I know is my wife watches it and we pay for it and that's it. I have no access.
I
don't use
gotta check
Netflix.
to see how much it cost me because when my parents signed up, they said it was $22.
Yes.
I was like,
It's very expensive. But that sounds like they have the 4K like HDR 4 screen deal. I think that's the
Oof.
highest one. So
I should have that, and I don't. I don't think.
yeah. I think the base
Your
one
parents
is
was like, this
2
one
screens
looks like
HD
it's the
is-
best. We should probably do that.
Yeah.
So we get
Yeah,
everything.
it's not far from behind it. It's like $15 for the regular, $17, something like that. So,
Yeah.
Also, for the record, I just want to say it'd be hilarious, Nate, if for Father's Day
Yeah.
you got your dad an I'm Unpunched shirt, since he's already got your face on his
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say putting back on the Netflix
I'd
account.
be like, here you
But
go,
I mean,
Dad.
sure. Get him a $16 shirt.
Well, I just think because he was so proud that your face was on his shirt.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also funny because his son is giving him a shirt that's a joke about virginity. It was also
That's
like,
that's right.
it's a bit within a bit kind of thing.
I mean, you definitely be like, yeah, me too. I too am unpunched.
Hey, though,
That's
do
joke
me a
about
favor.
getting old.
Michael, just in case anybody misinterprets the shirt, do you wear that somewhere in public and just to see if anybody punches you, and then we'll
Well,
know?
Nate,
I mean, let's be honest, Jarmar.
is it the shirt or were they already gonna punch you?
I was just gonna say no offense intended, but you do have the most punchable face of the three of us.
Algorithms don't
That's
like
not
me.
fair because you have the most
People wanna
clickable
punch
face,
you.
and people aren't going to punch him because it's going to get them a hate crime. So that's not
Right,
fair.
right.
That's a very low bar to set.
That's why I still. I mean, that's why I said it. Like, I
You
just
can't deny the facts, though. It's just facts.
facts are facts.
It's facts.
Except
I accept that
the
AI
second most clickable face.
doesn't understand me, so that's fair. Trust me, I've done some AI photo things, and jeez.
What is with this? The AI music covers; those are creepy.
Oh, it's weird. Oh, it's like you want
Like,
Taylor
wait, like-
Swift to sing a Drake song, and it's like
Yeah.
hers. It's so weird.
It's dude, like AI in the last year
Oh yeah,
has gone full Skynet, and we just were like, yay!
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank
Behind
you.
it-
It's bad.
just that, you know, this isn't a personal level thing, but I am in school, and it is helping out a lot. When I say a lot, it is
Oh my God.
fantastic. I would be not doing this podcast with you guys if I had this, you know, maybe 20 years ago. How long ago has it been since I've been in school? But holy shit, man. It's great. It's
I just
great.
want to point out that last week was the first time you mentioned being in school, and I was just like, wow,
Did I mention it last week?
You did. You like briefly mentioned
didn't
it in
catch it.
passing.
Oh.
But I was just like, wow, so glad
On the
we're so
show?
close that you've never mentioned this to me previously. Yeah, I was on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, also don't tell you a lot of personal stuff.
I mean,
You know,
I don't
no,
know.
I
Tell
don't
me
know.
how
it's
you
just-
tried to bribe your
it's
child
been
to
like a
take a
year
shit in the
or
toilet
so.
with a fucking dinosaur, but don't tell me you went back to school. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't want you guys to
Um,
feel bad when I'm playing the game with you instead of doing homework. So
I wouldn't
We
feel
won't
bad at
now,
all
'cause we
because
just-
I'd be like,
Because we just know you have AI right in
I was like, yeah, I was
Exactly.
gonna say you're cheating anyway, so who gives a shit? It's not my fault when you fail out. It's just because the AI got caught.
No,
Real quick,
yeah. Go
thank you
ahead.
so much to is it Common Pikachu? Like you Cayman? What's Cayman? Is it Cayman Writers or Common Writers, Nate?
Common Writer.
Common Writer. Okay,
That's
so
how
it's Common Pikachu. Thank you so much for the $5
Sweet.
tip
Oh, cool.
thingy. It said just discovered y'all's channel yesterday. It's great. Keep up the good work. Thank you so
Awesome.
much. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Normally we apologize when people say they discover our channel.
I mean,
so-
usually I apologize for them because the people in the comments probably assume I'm getting bullied and that I'm not here by choice.
Yeah, what you
Well-
don't see is it's actually the opposite. We work in very oppressed work environments under Michael's
Y-
thumb.
You guys have the most lax job on this channel possible.
I'm on
The hardest part of your job is
vacation.
showing up.
Show
I'm
up
on
on
vacation.
time.
So is Jamar.
Tonight-
Make sure your
tonight-
computer doesn't crash. This is a lot.
Tonight was my niece's birthday party, which they had a Swenson's food truck at, which was
Oh my
awesome.
god.
It was awesome.
I would have been sick.
Man.
So yeah, I had to leave right in the middle, right before she was about to blow out the candles. I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry. I know this is bad timing, but Michael said I got to be on." It's like, he's asking
So
for
you
an
want me to
ETA.
one up that? I'll one up that right now. I'm gonna dox Jamar though. Jamar's here and it's his fucking anniversary.
What?
No, who said it's his? Who said
You
my
told me and
anniversary today?
Jamar or me and Wes yesterday that today was your anniversary.
No. So
Okay, Ronnie lied to me.
yesterday, let's go over this. I'm off for my anniversary. My wedding anniversary is June 9th.
Okay.
That's what it is.
So never
June
mind.
9th,
Never
June
mind, Nate. You've got it worse.
Our-
Yeah.
But I have recorded on my wife's
Oh,
birthday.
you did record on your wife's birthday once. I do remember that.
Just to clarify.
I do remember that.
But we're
KGB
old
is a
and-
great sport. I appreciate it
Yeah.
very much.
I mean, if we're being honest, the real gift was that I was, not bothering her for.
Yeah,
For the
she was
night,
just
so.
happy that she didn't have to entertain you.
Right.
She's like, I can relax. I can fall asleep watching my MTV
Oh,
reality
boy.
shows.
Yeah, Selling
Listen.
Sunset. Oh boy.
See, because like I love cause, like when my wife and I would go to a hotel. There's two things I like doing at a hotel, but the one
What involves her and what doesn't?
is watching ridiculousness on
Wait,
MTV.
that show. Is that the only show on MTV? I know this is way beyond toy related, but
right, so I'm gonna tell you. So because I was looking at the guide because I turned it on and Neil Patrick Harris is on, and I'm like, what the f- is going on? Where's my ridiculousness? And so there was 2 episodes of this Showtime show that he did called Uncoupled, which I sort of got vested into, even though it was the most stereotypically gay show I have ever seen in my life. Like, I was like, come on. It's like AI wrote it, is essentially what I'm saying.
It probably did.
I mean, they did because it's writer's strike.
Yeah, well, I mean, I assume this was made beforehand. But then after that, Ridiculousness was on for, like, I think, like 12 hours, and then they were going to do something else. And then the Ridiculousness was on like another like 6-hour block. And then for some reason Transformers Dark of the Moon was on, and then Ridiculousness after that. But generally speaking, you got a 75-25 chance that Ridiculousness is on. And that's usually that's one of the things I really enjoy doing when I go to a hotel.
That makes
and
sense.
This hotel had a TV in the bathroom, so I could watch Ridiculousness.
What the fuck kind of schwanky hotel did you go to?
It was nice. It was nice. I will tell you some more off air about it, just because
it was cool.
I'll just say this: we had a private patio.
Oh,
and immediately cool. Right over was because it was over like a restaurant or near and over a restaurant. We had live music right below where we were hanging out on the patio.
That's cool. So WBF, Western Banjo.
Yeah. Western Banjo Fun was had.
That makes sense.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I want that on the shirt. Literally 0 people get it. But
we can't explain the joke, so we cannot have that on a shirt. 3
people will get it.
Yeah.
And one of you would be the wearer. But yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
That's a like super Patreon only.
Yeah.
Glossary.
If you
explanation.
pay the $50 and are on the show, we might tell you. I don't know. I can't promise.
We'll tell you off air though.
Yeah.
And you'll be real unimpressed with the story. That's the worst part.
It's
only funny to us because of what's involved in it.
The context.
Yeah. But yeah.
Because when we tell you, you're gonna be like,
what?
Why? What is
that? Okay.
I knew you guys weren't funny, but
they're like, wow, I thought you guys. I figured you guys were funnier off air than you were on air.
Don't ever assume that.
Yeah. Spoilers. Every time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, big guy, the sun's getting real low.
It's been nighttime for a while.
Yeah. Well, it's 11, so I figured it's time to start wrapping things up.
Oh, that's true.
That was
Nate hasn't fallen asleep on streams.
No, I mean that's what I tell.
I'm on vacation.
That's what I tell.
Okay.
That's what I tell Perseus, my girlfriend's larger dog. Is like anytime we're trying to get him to calm down, and it's like nighttime, and it's like time for bed, and he wants to play. I just like kind of like lay on top of him, like, shh, sun's getting real low. Shh. It doesn't work, for the record.
It's better than
unfortunately
covering his nose and.
Jesus Christ!
I'm just saying. That's why I said it's better than that. It's better.
It got dark.
It's much better than that.
Oh my god! All right, before we get in some trouble, if you enjoyed this episode or this live stream, Jesus Christ. And you aren't already, please make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us out. Real quick, anyone in the chat, if you haven't already, go watch this week's Let's Pose of the Mafex Steel figure. For whatever reason, the algorithm's not pushing it out very much, so it's not doing very well. So I'd appreciate if you could give that a watch.
Really, I think that one's because I did that one.
Yeah.
I produced that one.
That explains it, yeah.
I was the line.
I mean, it definitely doesn't sound like I did it, so to be honest. So
no, well, it's just I was a line producer. You still have the voice. You're the talent.
Well, I was making a joke that my voice was still pretty.
Right. But yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, though. We'll close it up. We'll talk about this off there.
Yeah. I don't know where we're at. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. If you'd like to Oh God. Help support this channel, please head over to patreon.com/Modern Toy Fair. We have several tiers of different options. We've got physical prints of the photos I take for the reviews of the different figures. We've got the option to leave the fake podcast of the week for Nate. And you can even be a guest on the live stream, plus a bunch more. So check that out. We greatly appreciate it. Link is in the description below. Once again, it will be up there forever, or until we eventually shut this whole operation down or get shut down by the government. Who knows? But if you head over to tpublic.com for the next 48 hours-ish, you can get the I'm Unpunched shirt or sticker or hoodie, whatever you choose. And it is roughly 27% off until Friday night. This is tpublic.com/Modern Toy Fair. So if you want that, it'll still be up afterwards, but it'll go from being like $16 for a t-shirt to $24 for a t-shirt. So take advantage of the deal while you can. They do run sales periodically, but you never know. You can check out Jarmar over at metal.tv/Jarmar Games. Nate, what you got?
John Mulaney, Baby J, Netflix, watch it.
Cool. Well, hopefully we see all of you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye. Oh, wait. That's right. Peace. I don't know. I forgot.